Hello and welcome back to my channel, Kissed by Starlight. Thank you for being here. So we're going to ask for some messages from your angels, guides and helpers. What would they like you to know today? Let's see what messages would like to come through. And we've got celebrate differences. What a beautiful card. Absolutely beautiful card. Now, I haven't used this deck for such a long time. I've had it for the longest time. And for some reason it's calling me tonight, so I wanted to bring it out. We've got the positivity card, which kept showing itself no matter how many times I turned over the deck. So I'm going to bring that one through. When you are positive, you keep directing a stream of high vibration energy with your thoughts, words and actions. This affects others and they help you towards your purpose. The angels are aware of the power of your positivity and they too will support your intentions. You choose your thoughts and attitudes, so focus on loving, abundant and successful outcomes in every area of your life. Your positivity will make you feel happy, healthy and fulfilled. And the affirmation is, I am positive and strong. Beautiful message. We've also got wisdom. And we've also got flexibility. So let me pull a few more cards and then see what would like to come through. We've got frog spirit, clearing out the clutter. So great message. Great message right now. So something is perhaps being cleared out of your life, or you're being called to clear things out of your life that are not bringing clarity, that are not bringing purpose, that are not bringing clear seeing, that maybe do not offer you the kind of flexibility or joy that you need right now to help you in your moving forwards. And the fact that we've got the celebrating differences card is clearly suggesting that even the most difficult situations, even the situations where it feels like things are not quite harmonious, or maybe they're challenging, or maybe you're looking at something and thinking, or someone even, and thinking, well, I don't know how this is going to work. I don't know how we're going to move through this, or I don't know how I'm going to move myself out of this even. You're being asked to come back to that part of you that is able to meet with the highest knowledge, the highest wisdom and the highest spirit. So really having like a face-to-face conversation with your higher self, with your soul, with your heart, with that beautiful, innocent, pure essence of you that is calling to be met. Let's see. Yeah, higher power. There is wisdom to this madness I'm hearing. Now, I don't know what that is, but I feel for you, it'll be different for different people. But I think a situation right now is teaching you something really important, perhaps something you haven't considered. Perhaps there's a perspective of this that you're not quite able to see yet, and it's going to take you to really call in your highest, your highest wisdom, your highest power, your highest self, to draw down that kind of wisdom that is going to enable you to see this situation for what it is and what it's taught you, what it's teaching you. And again, that will be different things for different people, but it's almost like it's unraveling a pattern within you, or a pattern within something that is wanting to draw you in to get you to where you need to go. So it's almost like you're being taken into this spiral situation. You're being taken into the heart of this pattern, the heart of this trauma, the heart of this behavior, and whether that is with another or whether it's with you, like you're coming face to face with patterns and behaviors, or just some aspect of you that feels really old. It feels really, really old, something that I think is ready to be moved into flexibility. It's ready to be dissolved at some level, and it's not even dissolved, but it's more like that sense of it becoming something else, it flowing into the new. So it's almost like the old becomes the new, if that makes sense, rather than the old is just discarded or the old is just done away with. It's almost like the nature of energy, where you're going to go round and round in this spiral, in this behavior, in this pattern, until you're ready to meet yourself at the heart of it. And when you're ready to really truly meet and see yourself at the heart of it, and really understand how you contribute to this, or how this is bringing up something in you, bringing up even things that you don't necessarily want to see, even things that are difficult to see. And perhaps that's why it's difficult to look at. You know, this could be a shadow aspect. This could be someone holding a mirror to you, or something holding a mirror to you. And I sense it's something that has been inherited in childhood, or perhaps it's an ancestral pattern, or a way of being, or a way of living, or something that you've learned from a long time ago. So whether that was learnt in childhood, or whether that was even learnt, you know, we're talking about incarnations going back. But it's like the divine, or the divine in you, wants to hold this up to you now. They want you to meet this energy. They want you to meet this part of you, so that you can really understand what to do with that. You know, the nature of energy, the nature of healing, the nature of the soul is eternal. It's eternal. It's never ending. You know, we've got the union, divine union. We've got the essence of bringing the two together, the masculine and the feminine, the light and the dark, the shadow and the light, the however you want to call it. But the nature of energy is eternal. It just, you know, it can't be destroyed. It will be never ending. So it can be transformed, it can be alchemized, it can be changed, and it can be turned into something else. And I feel that that's what needs to happen here, that there's this sense of, as you really meet it, as you really meet that part of you that is never ending, that is strong, that is whole, that is, you know, it may not look whole when you first face it. It may look broken, it may look painful, it may look bruised, it may look difficult, it may feel frightening and scary and upsetting. But it's time now to really face that, so that you can walk out of this. Once you meet yourself there, once you meet yourself at the center of that, whatever that is, whatever that spiral is, that's the way out. That's the way out, that's the way forward, that's the way into the new, that's the way of flowing into the becoming. So the becoming of you, the willingness to change, the willingness to transform, the willingness to move with the energy that wants to take you there. So especially if you've been feeling a little bit stuck, if you've been feeling perhaps like a situation isn't changing, or things aren't feeling better, or you're not quite able to step into that new energy that is already there waiting for you. It's all here. It's all here right now. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing outside of you. It's all from you. So in other words, it's going to take you listening to that highest wisdom and being able to be free and flexible, being able to understand that everything can be transformed, everything can be changed, everything can be met with love, and from love and from the willingness to move with the universe, to move with your intuition, to take action on your thoughts of that come from your highest self. And that means really being aware of which voices are the voices of fear and which voices are the voices of truth, of wisdom, of the highest part of you. The voices that are from the highest part of you sometimes are the tiniest voice that you hear when something's going on, that little voice that says, why don't you try this, or why don't you do this? And quite often it's easy to discard or dismiss that voice, or to apply logic to that voice and think we're being sensible, or we're being that just basically to ignore it at some level, to find a reason why that wouldn't be true, or why we couldn't follow that. It's easy to do that. It's easier to do that sometimes than it is just to listen to that tiny voice. And I feel as if there's an element of you that has felt almost like you've been targeted. And whether that's meant in a past life that it's become difficult for you to actually hear your intuition, to act on your intuition, or to even be able to speak from that place of higher truth, whatever it is that has happened has kind of left you in a place where it's difficult now for you to hear that voice sometimes, or trust that voice, or pass on that wisdom that's come from that place, for fear of maybe being targeted or ridiculed, or at some level not listened to, which kind of may then encourage you not to listen, because it's giving you a reason not to listen because of what's happened to you in the past. And perhaps this is the pattern. Perhaps this is the pattern, of the spiral that you're trying to come out of, where in order to unite the masculine and the feminine energy, which is in all of us, whichever gender we're in, it's not about gender, whichever gender we identify with, we always will have masculine and feminine energy. And when the two work together, then we're able to take action on those higher thoughts. We're able to take action on the intuitive voice, the part of us that knows everything, the part of us that has the wisdom and can then act from that place of wisdom. So perhaps that's what's been difficult for you, or perhaps that's what's come up against targeting in the past for whatever reason, or you felt targeted, which has made you fearful sometimes of listening to that or acting on that. And that keeps you in status, although we're never truly in status, because life flows, the universe flows. So even when we're not making decisions, we're actually making decisions. We're actually having a decision made just by not acting. That's a decision. So there's always choice. We can just choose now to act differently, to bring the voice and the power together to work in unison, to move forwards. And that could also be literally to bring a masculine and a feminine together in the physical. So if we're talking about the twin flame, for example, twin flame journey, or we're talking about union, whether that's union within yourself, that divine union can only come when we have a healthy and balanced masculine and feminine energy that are working together in harmony. And that's a journey, that's a real journey, to get to that place. If we can find it within, then we can find it without. So it's always this idea of what is within us is going to be found outside of us at some level, because we've created it, we've made it so, we've brought that to life. We are able to celebrate the fact that we've brought that to life. And then look, life can speed up, things can move towards that destiny, that place that you are ready to go. And there's a sense of adventure, there's a sense of you opening up, you really becoming in flow. And look, it's like heaven and earth meet. It's like the wisdom of the universe can be found within you, that knowledge, that beautiful voice that calls you within, you know, that little tiny voice that becomes louder, that becomes more, your willingness to hear it becomes stronger, and so you flow, you move where you need to move, you take yourself where you need to go, and your life changes as a result of that, and you become in harmony with the whole of the universe. The whole of the universe flows with you. Heaven and earth move with you, and they move with you and for you to enable you to get to where you want to go. So then, as you work with that part of yourself that knows everything, that trusts yourself, that feels everything, that knows exactly what to do, even when logic tells you that couldn't be possible, then miracles can happen, because miracles happen in that space where you suspend any disbelief, where you are absolutely willing to believe, to trust, to move with wherever that takes you. And that all begins from hearing that little voice, from trusting that little voice, from moving with that little voice. Then life can change, and harmony can reign. And then it's like the world is your oyster, because you're in divine flow, you're in divine rhythm, everything is in divine order, and therefore your destiny must be unraveled, it must be seen, it must appear, it must be there for you, because you have now come to this place. Look how beautiful this is. You have come to this place where you are that energy, you are that knowing, you are the heaven and you are the earth, and you meet them, you meet the divine within you, you listen to the divine within you, and therefore you act from the divine within you. And that is just the most beautiful space to move forward. That's like the all-seeing eye, the all-knowing heart, the all-trusting vision, and you become the grandest version of you that you could ever imagine. You naturally create the greatest life that you could ever possibly create here on earth, that your soul came to do, because you're able to see it. The minute you're able to see it, the minute you're able to feel it and know it, it can only appear. It can only appear in your life, you know. So whatever this is that has been cluttering or has been holding you back at some level, or has been holding you in fear, or where you feel you've been targeted in the past, or where it's been difficult for you to listen for whatever reason, it's now time to clear that away. And as you clear that away, you're going to find that life changes, and everything that is no longer for you will naturally move away, and you will come into this divine union, this divine merging with yourself, and therefore everything that you've dreamed of has to come from there. So if you've been dreaming of divine union, or coming together with your beloved, then that can be so. We have the pairing, we have the ships coming in and the ships sailing, we have the dream, we have the vision, we have the knowledge, we have the transformation, we have the sweet music, the joy, we have the heart of everything, we have the crystalline clarity, and we have the peace. We have the peace and the harmony of two becoming one. Whatever that two becoming one is for you, and it'll be different for everybody, that whatever that vision is for you, you know, is manifesting at the highest level the moment you can really trust and listen. Some affirmations for you. I listen to my wisdom. I am positive and strong. I am free and flexible. Life is full of changes and surprises. Your guidance is to move with the current, for it is resisting the flow which creates problems. Ask your angel to help you open your mind and heart to new ideas and fresh options. When you accept the possibility that there are other ways, previously unseen doorways will be open to you, and you will move easily through change. There is a solution within every problem. So look at all things with eyes of love and expectation, then life force will flow freely through you. You will feel healthy and alive and can access the necessary resources and wisdom within yourself to help you through change. And that's this card here, the flexibility. So all it takes is your flexibility, your open-heartedness, your open-mindedness, your willingness to listen, to flow, to be in that soft, unyielding voice that will always come from love. It won't come from fear. And where there is love, there cannot be fear. So it's about opening to that voice, trusting yourself, listening to your wisdom, acting on your intuition. No matter what is happening, you know best. And it's going to take you coming back to that place where in every situation you hear the truth that that voice wants to tell you, that you hear yourself speaking to yourself, you hear the divine through you, and you meet your highest self in that willingness to face everything that is not your highest self. Then naturally you move into peace and harmony and the land of visions, the land of dreams. So remember that wisdom is that divine voice. Okay, knowledge is learnt. We have here some guidance. Your angel guidance is to connect to your still quiet center and listen to the wisdom of your soul. Then you will take decisions and act from your own infinite self. With wisdom, life takes on a new perspective as dramas and fears become insignificant in comparison with the magnificence of the overall picture. Walk your path in life as one of the wise ones, and all will revere and respect you. I listen to my wisdom. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful messages tonight, or today, whenever you're receiving this reading. It will be divine timing. So absolutely beautiful. Clear out the clutter. Be true to your heart. Listen to that still small voice within you, that higher power, that divine knowledge. Allow yourself to be open to new ways. Celebrate differences. Don't be afraid of them. Allow yourself to look at whatever is at the heart of this, whatever pattern is no longer serving. Try now to face it with courage, with love, and allow yourself to hear what you need to hear, what your voice, what your soul, what your heart, what your knowledge is trying to tell you, wisdom is trying to tell you. And then I think life's going to speed up. Life's going to speed up into new adventures, that new energy, and being in that flow can only bring what is divinely yours. So, oh, look, there's one card here. I have to show it because it was just there waiting. New experiences and possibilities, and look at that. Now we're in that beautiful Garden of Eden, that beautiful paradise, that beautiful place where anything is possible, where heaven is experienced on earth, where we can have the dreams, where we can reach for our highest desires. Nothing is too difficult or too far away. Everything is possible, and that transformation has happened. We can celebrate the moving on and the new. So beautiful ones, thank you for being here. I hope this reading was healing and helpful for you. Please consider liking, sharing, subscribing to my channel. It all helps. And I hope to see you next time.